Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Annie. On America's favorite radio program, The Accidents Hour of Files, starring your old softy, Bert Healy. A moment of tears.
Thank you, Bert Healy.
Thank you, but remember, folks.
Smile, darn ya, smile!
Right, Wacky, smile, darn ya, smile.
Gee, who's that fat cat who just walked into the WEAF studio?
Why, it's none other than that wealthy industrialist and Wall Street tycoon, Oliver Warbucks.
Good evening, Bert Healy. It's nice to be here.
Oliver Warbucks, I understand that you have something to tell the folks at home about wonder little Annie here.
Yes, Annie is an 11-year-old foundling who was left by her parents on the steps of New York's municipal orphanage on the night of December 31st, 1922.
And aren't you now conducting a coast-to-coast nationwide search for Annie's parents?
Yes, Bert Healy. I am now conducting a coast-to-coast nationwide search for Annie's parents. Warbucks continues. Furthermore, I'm offering a certified check for $50,000 to any person who can prove that they are Annie's parents.
Wow!
$50,000. Wow, Oliver Warbucks.
Wow, 50,000 smackers! Hey, what about me? I'm an orphan. My mother was a weeping willow and my father was an oak. They were chopped down to make way for the Hoover Highway. And
Shh, quiet, Wacky. This is no joke.
oh, all right, Mr. McCracken. Everything you say is no joke, and you move your lips too.
So, Annie's parents, if you're listening in, write to Oliver Warbucks, care of this station, WEAF, New York, or directly to him at...
Warbucks interrupts. At my home, Bert Healy. 987 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York.
That's 987 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York. Thank you, Oliver Warbucks.
Thank you, Bert Healy. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the makers of all-new Oxidant toothpaste with Miracle K-64 to fight bad breath for letting me appear here this evening. Good night, Bert Healy. All drop page. Did I just do a commercial?
So, Annie's parents, if you're listening in, there's $50,000 and a wonderful daughter waiting for you.
So get in touch right away, you hear?
Well, I can see by the old clock on the wall that another of our Thursday night get-togethers has gone by faster than you can say accident.
O-X-Y-D-E-N-T.
Yes, the toothpaste of the stars to make your teeth Hollywood bright. So for all of the Hour of Smiles family, Ronnie, Bonnie, and Connie, the lovely Boylan sisters, Fred McCracken,
And Wacky, the most wonderful piece of wood on the East Coast.
And Jimmy Johnson, radio's only masked announcer.
This is Bert Healy saying, hey, hobo man, hey, dapper Dan, you both got your style, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be Beau Brummely, they stand out a mile, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Who cares what they're wearing on Main Street or Savile Row? It's what you wear from ear to ear and not from head to toe that matters. Oh, senator, oh, janitor, so long for a while. Remember, you're never fully dressed without a smile.
Hey, you're not. Here he goes. Listen to Bert tap his smiling toes.
The lovely Boylan sisters.
Your clothes may be Beau Brummely, they stand out a mile, but brother, you're never fully dressed, you're never dressed without an SM. I know this one, darling.
Yes, this is your old softy, Mrs. Healy's boy, Bert, saying until next time, next week, same station, bonsoir, buenas noches, good night, buenas Sarah, and gosh, I almost forgot, good night.
Gee, Annie on radio, coast to coast. She's famous.
Wish I was on the radio.
Me too. Nah, not me. Who wants to be on the dumb old radio?
I do. So for all of our Smiles family, this is Bertie is saying...
But brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be Beau Brummely, they stand at a mile, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Who cares what they're wearing on Main Street or Savile Row? It's what you wear from ear to ear and not from head to toe.
That matters.
Ah, the lovely Boylan sisters.
So, senator, so, janitor, so long for a while. Remember, you're never fully dressed without a smile.
in here?
No, Miss Hannigan.
What are you doing?
Annie was on the radio. That's WEAF.
Yeah, I heard it. Next thing you know, she'll be in the movies. Now, come on, get out of here. Go. Oh! She never misses. $50,000 reward. $50,000. What I couldn't do with $50,000. God, I hate that Annie so much. You'd think I was her mother. Just a minute. Come in.
Excuse us, ma'am. Are you the lady that runs this here orphanage?
Yeah? What do you want?
Oh, Ralph, I'm scared. Something could have happened to her.
Oh, hush, Shirley. It's gonna be all right, Shirley. She's gonna be here, and she's gonna be ours again. Ma'am, was you working here 11 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we had terrible troubles back then. We had to move north to Canada, and we had to leave a baby behind here on the front stoop.
Our little girl, our Annie.
Annie? You're Annie's parents?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Oh, my God. Annie's parents. I can hardly believe it. Where'd you say you come from again?
Oh, well, it's a little farm up in Canada where there's lots of geese and ducks and chickens and roosters.
Gotcha, Aggie. Rooster! I never would have known it was you. Not in 100 years.
We fooled you, and we're gonna fool Warbucks too, Aggie.
Get ourselves 50,000 big ones.
This is gonna be the best bunco job ever, Aggie. I got a guy out in Brooklyn who can doctor up a fake birth certificate or whatever other papers we need. But I need your help, sis, for details about Annie that can help us pull this thing off.
Sure, I could help you. I could help you a lot. But what's in it for me?
Three-way split, Aggie.
Half. Half.
Half. Straight down the middle. 25 grand each. But it's gonna have to go fast, Aggie. We give them some of the old rooster razzle-dazzle. In and out, 2-3 minutes, tops. We get that crummy kid, we get our money, and we get the hell out of town.
Yeah, the kid. Now that's the problem. What are we gonna do with her afterwards?
Aggie, that's not what you'd call a problem. When I want something to disappear, it disappears. For good. We get our 50 grand, we blow this crummy town, and then Lil and I'll meet ya.
Where? Oh, yeah!
Yeah! Easy street, easy street. Annie is the king.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Woo!
Easy street, that's where we're gonna be.
I'm a coming mama!
My fellow Americans, we are here tonight to talk about Franklin Delano Roosevelt and all of his promises, and who has so far lived up to none of his lofty campaign promises. All we have had from Franklin Delano Roosevelt and his so-called brain trust is a great deal of high-flown talk and virtually no action. In a nation racked by poverty, misery, and unemployment, it is deeds we want from the White House, not words. In short, Mr. President, if you are listening, we've had enough of your fireside chats. It's time to do something about it, not just talk about it.
Criticism, damn it, nothing but criticism.
Oh, I know.
It's awful. Did anyone read the Washington Post this morning?
My friends, I say again, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Oh, God.
Every cloud has a silver lining. You're never fully dressed without a smile.
Oh. Oliver Warbucks and friend, Franklin.
Show the man, Lewis.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning, Oliver. So good of you to come. And who might we have here?
Mr. President, this is my good friend Annie. She just so wanted to meet you that I couldn't resist bringing her along, just to say hello.
Annie, the little girl who sang so beautifully on the radio last night.
Annie, this is President Roosevelt.
How do you do, President Roosevelt?
Well, how do you do, Annie? You're as lovely as you sounded on the radio last night.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Shall we get started now?
Annie, if you'll wait outside.
Oliver, no. Let her stay. Having a child here will keep us all on our best behavior.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Harold, I don't want to hear as much as a gosh out of you. Now, Oliver, you know everyone, but Annie, let me introduce you. Secretary of Labor Perkins, Secretary of State Hull, Secretary of the Interior Ickes, and my good friend and aide, Mr. Lewis Howe. Now, Oliver, since you speak for those relatively few happy Americans that have any money left, I'd like to hear your views on the matter.
Mr. President, in the words of Calvin Coolidge, the business of this country is business. And now, for the good of you, the country, Wall Street, and me, we need to get my factories open and the workers back to work.
Well, according to my latest figures, there are now 15 million Americans out of work, and nearly 50 million with no visible means of support.
Mr. President, if I may say so, unemployment is not our worst problem. The dispatches from Germany are getting more and more disturbing each day. There could be war.
Germany, hell! People are starving in this country.
Harold, I know that, but in the long run...
Cordell, for people who are starving, there is no long run.
The trouble is everything's happening at once. The stock market has taken another nosedive.
Sit-down strikes, riots, floods, dust storms.
And the FBI still hasn't caught Dillinger yet, sir.
Okay, then we're all agreed. The situation is hopeless and getting worse.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Quiet, little girl.
Harold, quiet. Annie, what did you say? No, go ahead, my dear. It's still a free country.
Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick on my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
Harold Ickes, stand up. What? You heard me. Stand up. Now sing.
Sing?
Sing, yes, sing like Annie. I've decided that if my administration is going to be anything, it's going to be positive about the outlook of this country. Now sing!
But really, Franklin, you know that I...
Sing!
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Louder, Harold!
Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Pretend!
just thinking about tomorrow. Clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow. Till there's none.
So long to the president. So when I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I'll just stick out my chin and grin and say, everyone, my friends, Republicans to Oliver, sing!
The sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day.
Excuse me, please. This isn't for me, it's for you, Oliver, from your secretary in New York. Hundreds of couples jamming street outside house, all claiming to be Annie's parents, have begun to screen them. Suggest you return New York at once. Signed, Grace Farrell.
Well, it looks like the Occident Hour of Smiles has more listeners than we thought, huh, Annie?
Gee, hundreds of couples. One of them is bound to be my mom and dad.
Well, as much as I've enjoyed your company, Oliver, and especially yours, Annie, I suppose that you'd be wanting to get back to New York immediately.
Yes, Mr. President, if you don't mind. Thank you. Annie.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Annie.
Goodbye, Mr. President, and thank you.
Oh, no, thank you, Annie. You're the kind of person that a president should always have around him.
Mr. President, what if we set up 100 or 1,000 federal projects?
Dams!
Highways!
New post offices!
And put the unemployed to work building them.
We could create 5 million new jobs within 6 months. And weekly paychecks would get all those millions off relief and back to paying taxes.
We'll build a country so strong that no one, including Chancellor Hitler, could ever beat us in a war.
The FBI caught Babyface Nelson, didn't they? They're bound to catch Dillinger, too. Mr. President, what we've got to give this country is nothing less than a new outlook.
A new vision.
A new approach.
A new concept.
A new dedication.
A new horizon.
A new spirit.
A new attitude.
A new deal. I was right, Perkins. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're always a day
No sign of Mr. Warbucks and Miss Annie.
Look at all these questionnaires, Drake. Can you believe I've spoken to 627 women who claim they're Annie's mother and 619 men who say they're her father? That makes, let me see.
1,246, miss.
All liars. I can't believe there's so many dishonest people on the island of Manhattan.
Well, some of them were from the Bronx, miss.
Grace, we're back.
Well, are they, Miss Farrell? Where are all the people?
They're gone, dear. Come and gone. I'm so sorry, Annie. They were nothing but fakes and liars, and only after the $50,000.
Ah, gee.
Are you certain?
Yes, sir. None of them knew about the locket. I'm so sorry.
I was sure somebody was going to be my mom and dad.
Mr. Warbucks just came from the FBI, special messenger.
Finally. Agent Gunderson located the manufacturer of Annie's locket in Utica, New York.
Jeepers!
That sort of locket was manufactured between 1918 and 1924.
Sort of locket?
Yes. Over 90,000 were made and sold. Annie, I'm afraid the gist of it is that Gunderson doesn't believe there's one chance in a million of locating your parents through this locket. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I mean, gee, you did the best you could. If you can't find them, nobody can. Anyway, I guess a kid can't get along without folks. You didn't turn out so bad. You got everything. All them Duesenbergs hang on the wall.
Annie, a Duesenberg is a car, and Lou Gehrig is the first baseman for the New York Yankees. And Grace.
Yes, sir.
Do you still have those legal papers I gave to you the other day?
Yes, sir. I'll get them right away.
No, Grace, wait. I'd like for you to stay for a moment. Annie, I want to adopt you.
Adopt me?
Yes or no?
If I can't have a real mom and dad, there's no one in the world I'd rather have for a father than you, Mr. Warbucks.
Drake! Yes, sir? Call Justice Brandeis and ask him to come over to sign the adoption papers.
Yes, sir.
Grace, tell Mrs. Pugh we're going to have a house full of guests. We're going to need caviar, champagne, flowers.
Yes, sir.
Annie, this isn't just going to be an adoption party. It's going to be a celebration, and you can have anybody you want to come to it. Anybody at all. Who's it going to be? Andrew Mellon? Madam Chiang Kai-shek? Hey, Lou Gehrig?
Anyone in the world? Well, I guess I like Miss Farrell here, and Mr. Drake, and Mrs. Pugh, and, well, I guess I like everybody here.
That's what I'd like too. Drake! Tell the staff to get spiffed up, something festive. They're all going to be the guests at Annie's adoption party tonight.
Yes, sir.
Oh, with the kids.
Oh, Annie, I'm afraid it's going to be way past their bedtime. But I tell you what, we'll invite everybody from the orphanage over for a big Christmas party tomorrow.
Miss Hannigan, too?
Sure, Miss Hannigan, too. Annie, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
And I'm the luckiest kid.
Together at last, together forever. We're tying a knot they never can sever. I don't need sunshine now to turn my skies to blue. I don't need anything but you. You've wrapped me around that cute little finger. You made life a song. You made me a singer.
And one step out to tune, you always ba-ba-boo.
Ba-ba-ba, anything but you.
Say that again. Yesterday was plain awful.
But that's then.
And poor as a mouse.
I'm richer than Midas, but nothing on earth could ever divide us. And if tomorrow I'm an apple seller too, I don't need anything but you.
Excuse me, sir, but everyone is spiffed up for the party.
Good. I think Annie and I should get spiffed up too. Grace, have Annette put her... Why, Grace, that's a very pretty dress.
Thank you, sir.
Have Annette put her into one of her new dresses and have Cecile do something with her hair. I don't know. Take her upstairs and gussy her up.
Yes, sir. Gussy her up.
Excuse us, folks. Shirley, look. There's our Annie.
Who are you?
Honey, where are your mom and dad?
Mudge. Mudge is the name. Ralph Mudge. And this is the wife, Shirley.
You never knew it, dear. It's your Annie Mudge.
Annie Mudge?
We was sick and broke, honey, and didn't know which way to turn. Then a man gave us a chance to work on his farm up in Canada.
But we couldn't bring along no baby.
We was sick and broke, honey. We had
Mr.
to leave
Mudge,
you.
is it? We've spoken to a lot of people who claim to be Annie's parents.
Oh, proof. I expect you'll be wanting proof of who we are. So here's our driver's licenses. And, ooh, excuse me. And here is Annie's birth certificate.
Baby girl, name Anne Elizabeth Mudge, born to Ralph and Shirley Mudge, New York, New York, October 28th, 1922.
October 28th, that's my birthday.
It was in her notes, sir.
I understand that, but I still don't believe.
Oh, please, mister. You gotta believe us. Why, we just got in on the Greyhound bus this afternoon, and we went straight up to that orphanage. And the lady there said our baby was up here.
Oh, Annie, all the years I dreamed of holding you in my arms again.
Mr. Mudge, on the night that Annie was left.
Oh, by the way, there's one other thing you probably wouldn't know about, but when we left Annie at the orphanage, we left half of a silver locket with her, and we kept the other half so that...
Look, she's wearing it.
Look, and there's the other half. See?
It fits perfectly.
Oh, thank God, Ralph. She's our Annie.
Yes, she seems to be.
Oh, she is. She is. Well, if you'll just be getting her things together, we'll be taking her along.
Take her?
No!
Wait a minute, Mr. Mudge. What about the money?
Money? Well, we don't have much, but we'd be happy to give you whatever it takes.
Mr. Mudge, do you mean to tell me that you haven't heard that I've offered a reward for $50,000, a certified check, to anybody who can prove that they're Annie's parents?
No, sir. We don't know nothing about no check. And besides, we don't want any money.
Right, we don't want any money for Annie.
On the other hand, Cheryl, remember that little pig farm out in New Jersey? With $50,000, we could afford to bring Annie up right, out in the country, with fresh air and fresh eggs.
Fresh ham?
Fresh ham. It's a joke. Certified, huh? All I have to do is make it out to myself.
Yes, that's correct. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
Yes. You wouldn't mind if Annie stays with us until tomorrow morning. Christmas, and then the two of you can come to pick her up. And the check.
Oh.
Go! Well, yes. Whatever you prefer, sir. So, we should be getting back to our hotel now. Bye, Annie.
Bye, Annie, love.
Until tomorrow, darling. And then you'll be spending the rest of your life with us. Goodbye, Hal. Oh, pardon me, Cookie. Merry Christmas!
Season's greetings.
Well, this is wonderful news, Annie.
Yes, wonderful.
We've just met Annie's parents, and they seem to be very nice people.
Very nice.
You're very lucky, Annie.
Right. I'm lucky. Just think, New Jersey.
Drake!
Yes, sir?
Champagne.
Yes, sir.
We must celebrate. Because tonight is Christmas Eve, and because Annie has just had the most wonderful news in the world. She has found her mother and father. I propose a toast to Annie Mudge.
To Annie Mudge. Annie!
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Merry Christmas, sir.
I seem to have the same effect on everyone.
I've lost her. I've lost Annie.
Excuse me, sir. That Mr. Mudge. I think I've seen him someplace. I don't know where or when, but I have the strangest feeling he's not who he says he is.
Mr. President, Franklin, I need your help.
Oliver, I'll do everything I can to help.
To cry, nothing to fear. Bet your worth they lives as nice as right here. rest of my life is gonna be swell. Looking at them, it's easy to tell. And maybe I'll forget how nice he was to me, and how I was almost his baby.
Merry Christmas, Annie.
Merry Christmas, Annie.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Warbucks, Miss Farrell.
You're up early.
Yes, well, my folks are coming for me, of course, so I thought I'd just wait for them here. I guess they'll take me out to the country. Will you come and see me sometimes?
I'll be seeing you, Annie.
You're up early, too?
Well, we've been up all night, actually. FBI men coming and going. There's been a lot going on. Annie, did you know that President Roosevelt is here?
Really?
Yes. I have some very difficult news to tell you, and the President's going to help me. Mr. President.
Merry Christmas, President Roosevelt.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Annie. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you too, sir.
Franklin.
Annie, very early this morning, I received some very sad news from the Director of FBI, Hoover. It seems from the paper and the handwriting, they were able to trace the identity of your parents.
Yes, we already know that. Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
No, dear. They're not your parents. Your parents were David and Margaret Bennett.
David and Margaret Bennett? Where are they?
Annie.
Annie, your parents passed away a long time ago.
You mean they're dead?
Yes, dear.
So, I'm an orphan after all, like the other kids.
Annie, are you okay?
Yes, well, because you see, I guess I always knew that my folks were dead. Because they knew they loved me, and so they would have come for me if they weren't.
I love you, Annie Bennett.
And I love you too. Now, who the heck are Ralph and Charlie Mudge?
That a girl. Who the heck are Ralph and Shirley Mudge?
The birth certificate could easily have been forged, but they knew about the locket.
Ah, the locket. That's the key.
But nobody else knew about the locket. Except the FBI, of course.
And Miss Hannigan.
And Miss Hannigan.
And Miss Hannigan.
Miss Hannigan, sir, and the children from the orphanage.
Oh.
Miss Hannigan, I'm delighted to meet you.
Oh, same here. I wouldn't known you anywhere. You're the Oliver Warbucks, right?
Yes, that's correct, Miss Hannigan. Let me introduce you to everyone. You know my secretary, Miss Farrell, of course.
Yes, hello.
And this is the President of the United States.
Hi.
And this is my butler, Drake.
Hi, kids! Hi, Annie!
Gee, what a great place.
Who'd want to live in this dome? I would. Me too. Look, kids, there's presents here for all of us.
Oh my goodness!
Mr. Warbucks, this has just come by special messenger from the FBI.
Comes the dawn. Now it all fits together.
Sir, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
Annie,
Wait a minute. Just a moment, Drake.
look at this.
You can show them in now, Drake.
Leaping lizards! Who would have guessed?
Very good, sir.
Franklin.
Oh, no. Eleanor can stay.
Mr. and Mrs. Mudge, won't you please come in?
Good morning, folks. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Christmas.
There she is, Cheryl, our little girl.
Yes, your little girl.
Well, we don't mean to bother you on Christmas morning and all. We just came to pick up Annie. Her bags? Oh, in that, check.
Oh, yes, the check, Mr. Mudge. I almost forgotten. Here you go. $50,000. Certified.
Certified. Pay to the order of Ralph Mudge.
Read it again.
Pay to the order of... The jig is up?
Yes, the jig is up, Daniel Francis Hannigan, also known
as Rooster Hannigan, also known as Ralph Mudge, also known as Danny the Dip.
Franklin, I believe your Secret Service men have the power to arrest in the case of fraud. Am I correct?
You're correct, Oliver. Lewis, hand them over.
Yes, sir.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la.
And I believe you'll find that this woman here was their accomplice. Arrest her too, please.
Me? I never seen these folks till yesterday.
Now, come off it, Aggie.
Yes, sis. If Lil and me is going down, you're going with us.
Mr. Warbucks, Oliver, Mr. President, I always been a model citizen.
The jig is up.
Annie, tell him how good and nice I always was to ya.
I'm sorry, Miss Hannigan, but remember, the one thing always taught me, never tell a lie.
You little brat! I'll let you in on a secret. I never liked you anyways, you little gold digger. Oh, take your hands off of me.
Annie, we'd like to meet your friends.
Kids, I'd like you to meet Miss Grace Sparrow.
Hello. Hi, kids.
And this is Mr. Daddy Warbucks.
Hi, kids.
Oh, and this is the President of the United States.
Hi, kids.
Kids, I got great news. Miss Hannigan is gone for good.
And you won't have to work anymore. Instead, you're going to have classrooms with teachers.
Oh, but listen, kids, no more mush!
Yes, girls, I think for you and maybe for all of us, this Christmas is going to be the beginning of a wonderful new life. Annie, Annie, Annie,
Everything's humming now, Annie, Annie, Annie.
good times are coming now.
Since you came our way.
It's Christmas, Christmas every day. We dismiss bad times, sad times. Now they're all yesterday's news. Since Annie picked out the blues. Annie, 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 look what you've done for us, Annie, Annie, Annie. Turn down the phone for us.
Now there'll be more treats, and we'll get pretty clothes and sweets. And
perfect until we went to get the tour and had to ask them to wait. Wait, break.